Hello YouTube, Crypto Force here again, bringing you your daily dose of crypto. Today I want to bring you a couple articles that were just published in the news, and they're pretty significant. It shows that blockchain and cryptocurrencies are definitely becoming more mainstream, and bigger companies are definitely looking into adopting and actually using this technology, testing it at least. This specific interview was with an executive at the banking giant Citi, and she sat down for an interview with CoinDesk. She was recently appointed the Core of Cash Management for Asia Pacific. Her name is Morgan McKinney, and she recently positioned its new Citi Connect blockchain within a larger context. Now, when I read that, I said, what is Citi Connect blockchain? So I did some research and Googling, and what Citi Connect blockchain is, it was formed by Citi and Nasdaq, and they formed a partnership blockchain to explore and create a distributed ledger. So basically to explore and create a blockchain. And their premise was to create a straight-through payment process and automate the reconciliation. Now here's where it gets interesting. They've actually been testing this Citi Connect and running transactions through it with private securities that do not trade on exchanges. And they specifically chose securities that would generate significant paperwork when they were bought or sold. Now, this blockchain, I don't know exactly when it actually started, doing transactions for their testing purposes. But in the same article from May of this year, it states that in November of 2015, a vice president for the blockchain innovation of Nasdaq named Frederick Voss went to the Futures Industry Association, the FIA conference in Chicago, and said Nasdaq was in a pilot phase with 5 clients testing BitConnect out. Citi Connect, testing Citi Connect out. Now, I do not know who those 5 clients are. It did not say anything about it. I tried to find some information about it. I guess I need to research a little more. If you guys can find out who those 5 clients were, I'd be happy to know who they are. But, to make a long story short, after all the testing was done, the integration allowed the businesses such as the Nasdaq private market to address the challenges of liquidity in private sectors, and they were able to streamline payment transactions between the multiple parties. Now, the key benefits were seamless end-to-end transactional process for private company securities and direct access to global payments from Nasdaq's Link platform using Citi Connect for blockchain and WorldLink payment services. Citi's cross-border multi-currency payment service. And Adrena Freeman, the CEO at Nasdaq, said this is a new payment capability, marks a milestone in the global financial sector, and represents an important moment in the commercial application of blockchain technology. Through this effective integration of blockchain technology and global financial systems, we can realize greater operational transparency and ease of reconciliation, which have profound implications for outdated administrative functions in the capital markets. Now, that is pretty interesting. You have the CEO of Nasdaq talking about it, and they're basically saying we need to get rid of the old technology and bring in the new. So all this testing has been going on for at least, a year and a half or so now. So that is definitely positive news. Now, getting back to the original interview that was done with CoinDesk that was published today, Morgan McKinney stated the success of blockchain depends on issuing fiat currencies on it. And Morgan McKinney also said to unlock the full potential of any blockchain would be cryptocurrency for most suitable payment blockchain-based fiat currencies. Now, fiat currency, a lot of people just have it associated specifically with, cash like American money or any other money in the world. But fiat currency, by definition, is actually, it's money without intrinsic value. So any bit of government regulation can basically say this fiat currency is worth this, but there's not actually any intrinsic value to it. So that's what fiat currency is. So it's good to see big players like Citibank, Citigroup, partnered with Nasdaq, playing with blockchains, testing it out, and all of it's positive, and also the consensus that, hey, old technology, we need to move forward in the 21st century and start using new technology. Now, the next article I'd like to read is, not read, but just talk about. Moscow Stock Exchange welcomes cryptocurrency trade. Now, Russia, they are moving to the forefront, along with China, on this cryptocurrency stuff. Now, as you know, yesterday China had some crackdowns on some cryptocurrency. It's really affected the price of NEO. Not that NEO did anything wrong, just they're more or less just strategically positioning themselves to make sure that, that they comply with everything China is asking. As far as this Russia article goes, it's basically saying that you need to be a qualified investor to trade cryptocurrencies on the Moscow Stock Exchange. Now that's huge. If they can get cryptocurrencies on the Moscow Stock Exchange, and the only limits that keep you from, well, not limits, but what makes you eligible to trade cryptocurrencies on the Moscow Stock Exchange is you need to at least have $103,000 US, which they say 6 million rubles, or 3.42 million US, or 200 million rubles in Russian money if you're an investment firm. Now, I think this is a pretty big step towards mainstreaming cryptocurrency. Let me know what you think. If you have any other articles or good information about the cryptocurrency world and big players moving in, if you will, just let me know. And as always, Crypto Force signing out.